Hello and welcome to the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Getting into today's top stories, City Council members tabled action on funding agreements with the Washington YMCA on the city pool. The proposal would gradually raise the city's annual contributions to the Y for pool management with the eventual goal of a $13,000 a year contribution by 2025. The rate is currently just $3,000 a year. City Administrator Deanna McCusker said the proposed changes made sense, while other council members such as Fran Steigers were skeptical. Those involved in negotiations, including Mayor Jaron Rosine, said they were surprised and had expected the vote to be a non-issue. I was under the impression that this came to the agenda with a one-on-one meeting with Deanna and every councilor, and that we were good to put this on the agenda, Rosine said. If that's not the case, I'd prefer that we take more time rather than it fail. McCusker said that those meetings had occurred, but several city council members said they hadn't heard about the plan. While a motion to approve the changes were seconded, Rosine said he was not acknowledging it in favor of a motion to table instead. I'm not going to entertain a motion to pass, he said. I don't want to see us pass this on a split vote, which would fail, or 4-2. I want us all to be on the same page, and that seems to require tabling. Council members voted unanimously to table despite the other motion on the floor, something Rosine said he was grateful for. The Washington County Riverboat Foundation announced their third quarter 2022 city grant awards, totaling over $330,000 through its municipal grant program. The program distributes 25% of the foundation's total revenues directly to the cities in Washington County based on population. The newest wave of cash raises the total to almost $14 million for municipalities since Riverside Casino and Golf Resort opened in 2006. In this round of grants, Washington received almost $178,000. Washington County emergency dispatchers received a call of a single vehicle rollover accident around Spruce Avenue and 220th Street Tuesday afternoon in rural Washington County. Prior to emergency personnel's arrival on the scene, they were advised that no people were located within the motor vehicle and that it was on its top in the north ditch, according to an officer's preliminary accident report. First responders found the driver, Jacob Gilpin of Iowa City, in the ditch on the south side of the road upon arrival and rendered emergency care. The preliminary accident report said Gilpin had been traveling eastbound on G36, went off the road on the right side, overcorrected, sending him across the center line and into a road sign, which sent the vehicle rolling multiple times, ejecting him in the process. Officers said Gilpin had walked through the farm field to the north ditch across the street and came to rest in the south ditch. Air care was disregarded and the man was transported to the University of Iowa emergency room via the Washington County Ambulance Service for further medical treatment. Charges for the incident have not been ruled out. Based upon the totality of the circumstances, a search warrant was executed and charges are pending against Gilpin upon receipt of additional information, the preliminary accident report said. That was our top stories. It is now time for obituaries. Linda Lou Barton of Salem passed away on September 20th at the age of 78. Graveside services will be held at 3 p.m. September 24th at the Salem South Cemetery. Murphy Funeral Home in Mount Pleasant is in charge of the arrangements. We're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we will have the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
Hello and welcome back to the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have some football previews coming up, but first, the weather.
The weather is brought to you by Jacqueline Areola, LLC.
Come visit Jackie in her new location downtown. She is ready to serve Washington and the surrounding community. Fall officially starts at 8 o'clock tonight. Let's see if the weather is anything like fall. After a chilly morning, temperatures will reach 65 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow will be even colder with a high of only 57, as well as a 35% chance of rain in the afternoon. The weather will get nicer over the weekend, with Saturday having mostly sunny skies and a high of 78. On Sunday, the high will drop back down to 71 degrees and remain mostly sunny. We will start our work week with clear skies and a high of 68. So it's starting to look like fall. We're almost there. That was the weather. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
It's another wild Friday night in small school football. First, we have New London at number 2 Waco, who is 5-0 on the season. It's homecoming week at Waco, and the Warriors welcome in New London for their homecoming game, which will be a battle of undefeated teams in the district. Waco quarterback Isaac Oswald has thrown for 732 yards and 11 touchdowns. Simeon Rickenbach has run for 492 yards and 12 scores. The Warriors won this game 7-0 last season, their closest win of the regular season. Highland, who is 0-4 in the year, will take on Alburnett. The Huskies finally got the scoring going last week against North Cedar, but the offense needs to step it up even more as they take on a tough Alburnett team. Highland quarterback Sage Hartley-Norman has just under 500 total yards and 2 touchdowns this year. Alburnett's Mason Neighbor has thrown for 681 and 7 scores. Mid-Prairie, who was 3-1 on the year, takes on Central Lee. Mid-Prairie looks to continue the score after a 56-0 win over Eddyville-Blakesburg-Fremont last week. The Golden Hawks continue to ride their running back Braden Hartley, who has rushed for 662 yards and 9 touchdowns this season. That is the news for Washington and the surrounding area. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This is the Southeast Iowa Union News Break, and I will see you next time.